Loudest when we blaze new trails. Boldest when we reject the status quo. Brightest when we overcome stereotypes. It seldom comes easy, but we are always striving. By seeking novel solutions and choosing action over delay, we will travel new paths, explore new mindsets, shatter expectations. Because our mission is clear. Pursue success fearlessly. Innovate always. From now on, discover greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the 2021 College of Engineering and Computing Spring Recognition Ceremony. Please rise as we proudly present our distinguished faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, presiding over our ceremony, Dr. Bina Sukumaran, Dean of the College of Engineering and Computing, and accompanied by Miami President Dr. Greg Crawford, University Ambassador Dr. Renata Crawford, and members of the Platform Party. Please remain standing and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Good morning. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the College of Engineering and Computing. My name is Beena Sukumaran, and I'm the college's dean. We are honored today to have with us President and Dr. Crawford, and video remarks from Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins. To welcome everyone and to recognize our remarkable graduates, it's now my pleasure to introduce Miami University's 22nd President, Dr. Greg Crawford.
Well, thank you and congratulations. Greetings to all. And on behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and the entire Miami community, welcome to Miami University's 182nd commencement exercises. Thank you for joining us on this very special day, a day that culminates a truly remarkable year, and it is great to be here live and in person. Let us begin this ceremony by recognizing the original stewards of this land, the Miamia and the Shawnee people. You will see in your program our land acknowledgement. Please read it and reflect upon it. And for our graduates, the ink pen that you received today displays the Miamia Heritage logo, a symbol and reminder of the partnership of our mutual respect and learning between the Miami Tribe of Oklahoma and Miami University. Today, it is a great pleasure to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2021. You have experienced college in a way that no class has before, and likely no class will ever experience again. You were here last year for the abrupt transition to remote learning and all of its chaos and novelty that ensued. And despite that uncertainty, you have been patient, flexible, triumphant during this unprecedented time. Your unwavering courage kept you on the path that led to this moment that we admire your perseverance and your fortitude. What you experienced has built strength and characteristics that will carry you for the rest of your life. You have been challenged in ways that you could not even have imagined just a few short years ago. And this unique dimension of your education has empowered you to lead in the post-COVID world. You now have the ability to excel in several areas that will impact your community and the world. I wish to make 3 quick points today on change, technology, and community. First, on change. You are now experts at managing change and living with ambiguity. You have learned the importance of character and have gained the intellect to navigate the unknown. And you know, when data is insufficient, the quality of decision depends on staying true to your core values and mission. Change will continue to accelerate in the world, and you are all prepared for it. And leveraging technology is now your superpower. The pandemic increased the use of technology, including remote learning and Zoom meetings, in ways that will alter education and business forever. You have witnessed the full spectrum of this transformation, and you will live, work, and thrive in a diverse world in Industry 4.0, where the convergence of human and technology elements will continue to increase. Because of your education, you are equipped to ensure that progress is ethical, humane, equitable, and just. And building an inclusive community is the capstone of Miami University degree. The pandemic made it clear that the reality that the health of one of us depends on the health of all of us. It has amplified what you already know, that we are all interconnected. And you leave here with the skills to be compassionate, to be creative and courageous, to be allies and advocates who spark change and build inclusivity in our communities. And this past year has been extraordinarily challenging for everyone, but it has been that Miami spirit, our sense of unity, our experience of camaraderie that held us together. And we found that strength and unity as one Miami in one of the most challenging times in our history. And with that unity, we overcame. And with that unity, we found power and camaraderie in our differences. And with that unity, we will flourish in the future. And as our newest Miami alumni, you are now a part of a thriving, global, and diverse network of Miamians who will support you all throughout the world. And as you embark on the next chapter of your life, remember the values that you have learned and practiced here at Miami, and be confident that your Miami family will always be there to uplift you. Congratulations on this momentous achievement in this remarkable year. You are and will always be Miami. Love and honor. It is now my pleasure to introduce our University Ambassador, Dr. Renata Crawford, a physics professor and constant positive presence in the lives of our Miami students. Renata is a true ambassador of Miami and values love and honor that we hold so near and dear to our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, Renata Crawford.
Thank you, Greg. It is so great to see you out here, all of you. But you know, you're looking a little bit like you just walked into your Physics 191. You are here at your graduation. Come on, share that excitement. Today is a special day to celebrate your accomplishments with your family and friends. So give them a big wave. I met some of them just a little bit ago. And there is something special about Miamians that they hold deep inside, intangibles that cannot be measured, like courage, unity, and magnanimity. Greg and I have seen you volunteering in the Oxford community and far beyond, especially those of you in Engineers Without Borders. We have seen you perform scholarly research in the libraries and in the laboratories and even in the field. And our graduate students tackled some of the biggest challenges of our time. You have accomplished so much while at Miami, and we are certain that you will blaze new trails in the years to come. Our speaker today, Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins, has blazed such trails. Dr. Jefferson-Jenkins is a 1974 Western College for Women graduate who began her career as a public school teacher and administrator. Well, teaching was her vocation. Her calling was community-based activism. In 1988, she was elected as the 15th national president of the League of Women Voters, serving 2 terms and also chairing the League of Women Voters Education Fund. Under her leadership, the League helped pass the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act, which closed the most significant loopholes in campaign finance at the time. She also led a charge to focus on local elections while increasing the number of voters who participated in all elections. With the League of Women Voters, Jefferson-Jenkins was instrumental in the Get Out the Vote campaign and later the Wired for Democracy project. In recognition of her dedicated efforts to advance justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, Dr. Jefferson-Jenkins was awarded Miami's Freedom Summer of '64 Award, an award named to honor, remember, and recognize the site at Western College for Women, now part of Miami's Western Campus, where hundreds of young Americans trained in 1964 to register black voters in the South. It is now my pleasure and honor to call your attention to the video display for remarks by Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins.
President Crawford, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty and staff, my fellow honoraries, and most especially to the graduates, thank you very much for such a warm welcome. It is a great honor for me to have been selected to give the commencement address during this long-awaited commencement weekend. I'm delighted to be able to speak to such an impressive group of graduates in this new normal, though I miss the excitement of being there in person. Well, you made it. This is your moment, but not yours alone. You share it with the family, friends, supporters, and even haters that motivated you to get to this point. Today is a day filled with the history of this moment of achievement, when you get the recognition that you earned. Pat yourselves on the back. This is one of many memorable moments you will have in life. When you look back in 50 years, as I am doing today, you will reflect on the love of family and friends, of Miami University encircling you and cheering you on. You will find reassurance in the legacy to love, honor, learn. I carry on the legacy of Western College for Women and now Miami University. I am forever tied to Oxford, Ohio, committed to following my passion and sense of purpose as I persevere to make this world a better place. I'm honored that the leadership at Miami thought that my career of public service, rooted in my experiences here, could serve to inspire you as you undertake this next phase of your life's journey. My message is supposed to be inspirational, but I want to make it aspirational as well. I asked myself what advice I could give that will have any influence on you at all. When I sat where you sit today, I was in the midst of the greatest social revolution this nation has ever witnessed. The 1960s and 70s was a time of political and social change unprecedented in its impact on society, until today. The events that influenced my life, Sputnik, a man walking on the moon, the transistor radio and color television, women working outside the home and in roles other than secretary, teacher, nurse, or librarian, brought about many unforeseen possibilities. It was just a few years after the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which brought to the fore a need for a national reckoning with racial injustice, which still exists. In all honesty, I don't remember what the commencement speaker said, and many of you won't either. But just for the next few minutes, I want you to put aside the excitement, the anxiety, and open your heads and hearts to what I am about to say. And if you don't remember it, you can always Google it later, an opportunity that I didn't have, and relive the moment. I hope that you will. When the Jefferson family station wagon with the rear seat facing backwards rounded the corner on Route 27 for the first time in 1970 and entered the gates of Western College for Women, an entrance which no longer exists, my excited anticipation turned to angst. While I was aware of what was occurring in the world, it seemed somewhat removed from my day-to-day existence. But my 17-year-old world was about to change forever. I had no idea how big my world was about to become. As the first person in my family to attend college, I didn't know what to expect. I had a firm belief that education was the great social equalizer, as did my parents. Despite the fact that my mother had a 4th grade education and my father an 8th grade education, they knew they wanted better for their children. College was a dream, one that was about to become a reality. So I entered this strange world with people from lives far different from mine, lives I'd never been exposed to. What a difference. What a responsibility. What an opportunity. My most cherished memories in Oxford were when we gathered to be inspired, to create anarchy, to be challenged, and engage in civil disobedience. Yes, all right here on the Miami campus. And 4 years later, when the Jefferson station wagon turned onto Route 27 for the final time in May of 1974, my 21-year-old world had been expanded. A tremendous journey was about to begin. You are embarking upon a similar journey today. As you prepare for this moment, I am sure you have heard many cliches. You've been told that you are the creators of a new normal. You have been told that a degree is a badge of honor. You've been told that you are entering the adult world at a time of unparalleled uncertainty. You've been told that the creativity of this class will shine. You are now being told that the world needs you, and it does. If you remember nothing else, remember this. You were made for a moment like this. Sometimes you will find the moment, and sometimes the moment will find you. But in either instance, you are eminently prepared. The Miami experience has empowered you to seek your passion and purpose. It has instilled in you a sense of global responsibility. It has allowed you to succeed and to fail, to deal with the challenges of a global pandemic, remote learning, virtual events, a reckoning with social and racial injustice. This commencement is a testament to the fact that despite any adversity, you have risen to the occasion with purpose and intention. You will always remember this celebration and reflect upon it at different moments in your life when the uncertainty in the world causes you to question everything around you, every success, every perceived failure, every high, every low. I challenge you, I dare you to continue to use your unique talents in the places where you will show up, in the streets, in the boardrooms, in the halls of justice, in the legislature, in the neighborhoods, in the schools, in your actions, in your head, in your heart. I want to leave you with an excerpt from Robert F. Kennedy's Day of Affirmation speech to the National Union of South African Students at the University of Cape Town, South Africa on June 6, 1966, on what the university called a Day of Reaffirmation of Academic and Human Freedom. I selected this quote because of its relevance today. It is often referred to as a ripple of hope. And Kennedy said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history, but each of us can work to change a small portion of the events. And in the total of all these acts will be written the history of this generation. Each time a man, the pronoun of the times, stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance." This is your day of reaffirmation. You are the new keepers of our great American dream. Every time you remember the legacy and lessons of Miami University to love, honor, learn, and commit to carry them with you as you take the next step in your journey. Every time you ignite your inner activist. Every time you expose social and racial injustice and go about the business of eradicating it. Every time that you overcome adversity as you have done this past year. Every time you make an intentional decision to make this world a better place. Every time you make courage more contagious than fear. Every time you seize the moment when life gives you an opportunity. Every time you relive the Miami experience, you reaffirm that you are made for a moment like this. By accepting the degree that you received today, you acknowledge that this is what you are called to do, to expand the ripple of hope. To the class of 2021, congratulations. I leave the fate of the world in your hands, and I am confident that it will be better because of you. Go forth and do great things. Thank you.
We are grateful to Dr. Carolyn Jefferson-Jenkins for providing those inspiring remarks. And thank you, President Crawford and Dr. Crawford, for helping open today's ceremony. They will have to leave right now because they have several graduation ceremonies to go to. Please give them a CEC warm send-off. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce our platform party. I'll ask each person on the platform to stand if you're able, or wave in turn to be recognized by the audience. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Starting with the back row from your left, Dr. Kumar Singh, CEC Director of Graduate Programs and Research. Dr. Michael Crowder, Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Timothy Cameron, Associate Dean. Mr. Clark Kelly, Assistant Dean. Dr. Brian Kirkmeyer, Senior Assistant Dean. In the front row, once again from your left, Dr. Chiho Zhao, Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Keith Horn, Chair of Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering. Ms. Mickey Smolensky, Student Keynote Speaker. Dr. Eric Bachman, Chair of Computer Science and Software Engineering. Dr. Justin Ye, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering, and this year's winner of the College of Engineering and Computing Research Award. Dr. Jim Chagdas, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering, and this year's winner of Arthur Olson Generational Outstanding Teaching Award. And Dr. Amit Shukla, Chair of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. Now I'm pleased to recognize the special people most responsible for the education of our students. My dear colleagues, who serve as the faculty and staff of the College of Engineering and Computing. It is with great pride that I ask the faculty and staff members to stand, if you're able, and be recognized for their outstanding commitment to the graduates we honor here today. Everyone, we have gathered today to celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. Events such as today's ceremony are always important milestones, not only for the graduating students, but also for their families and friends, their teachers, and all who have nurtured them, mentored them, and cherished them. And you, our students graduating today, you know better than anyone else that you did not do it alone. You see your parents, family members, and friends. They've stood by you throughout the years and are with you today. Many others are with you in spirit. So graduates, I ask you to stand and look around the stadium for your supporters. And let's give them a hand. members of the class of 2021, you and your family and friends are justifiably proud of your many accomplishments that enabled you to complete your programs of studies and receive university diplomas despite the challenges that have been thrown your way. You should be particularly proud of graduating from Miami University that now you can call your alma mater. Why am I emphasizing this aspect of pride of being a Miami graduate? I'm doing it because Miami's education is based on a notion that teaching and learning involve not just the transfer of specialized knowledge, but also a commitment to developing the whole person. The very reason Miami's education is perceived as having a great value is precisely because of this kind of commitment. Specialized knowledge may quickly become obsolete, but horizons broadened by excellent education do not. Higher education institutions that train people for their first jobs come and go, but the universities that take the breadth of education seriously withstand the test of time. Miami University, renowned for offering an excellent combination of liberal and professional education to all students, is one of those universities. And it has taught you to embrace differences and be a better person. You should be proud not only because you're graduating from Miami University, but also because you're getting your diplomas from its College of Engineering and Computing. Our college's faculty, staff, and administration have helped you to become excellent professionals, capable of meeting today's and tomorrow's critical challenges, using your imagination and ingenuity. We know you will have an impact. And what formidable challenges engineers and computer scientists face. From advancing renewable energy and reversing the degradation of the environment, to providing global access to clean water, and restoring and improving urban infrastructure, to advancing health informatics and engineering better medicines, to enhancing virtual reality and reverse engineering the brain, to preventing nuclear terror and securing cyberspace. And the list goes on and on. We also hope that our programs in engineering and computing have prepared you to make this country, and indeed the world, not only more technologically advanced and connected, but also a more sustainable, safer, and healthier place. We'd like to think that social consciousness, global awareness, and cultural sensitivity will allow you to solve problems and design solutions that advance the idea of improving the quality of life of individuals and the general well-being of communities and societies. For many of you, however, your engineering and computing degrees will become a passport to a variety of non-engineering and non-computing jobs in business, government, health professions, and public policy. Regardless of your future career trajectory, I'm confident that Miami's experience has prepared you to become problem solvers and to use a range of skills to find practical solutions that benefit people in society. Graduates, I truly hope that as you move through your careers, Miami's education will serve you well. Does it mean you know everything you need to know to succeed? Does it mean you've fully developed your interpersonal communication and leadership skills you'll need to succeed? Of course not. Remember, this day goes by two rather different names: graduation and commencement. Graduation implies the end of a time, but commencement implies just the opposite, a beginning. The beginning of the rest of your life. And when I allude to your future, I don't just mean your professional careers. Your career is important, but remember, it's not the only thing. Perhaps it's not even the major thing that matters in life. There are families, relatives, friends, the community, and society. In closing, I'd like to leave each of you with this hope, so well articulated by Maya Angelou. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing, and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you. Members of the class of 2021, may all of you fare well on this journey ahead. I know the world will not be able to take their eyes off you. Members of the audience, please join me in congratulating our graduates on this day that means so much to them and their families. To emphasize our college's commitment to scholarly research, faculty teaching, and student learning, we annually award our best and brightest faculty with 2 awards. Since 2004, we have conferred a Teaching Excellence Award and a Research Award. This year, I'd like to ask Dr. Amit Shukla to the podium to recognize our 2 faculty members receiving the awards for 2021.
The first award is named the Arthur Olson Generational Teaching Excellence Award. We are very proud of the fact that our faculty are strongly committed to outstanding teaching. It is my great pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2021 Arthur Olson Generational Teaching Excellence Award is Dr. Jim Chagdis. Dr. Chagdis has made creative and innovative contributions to teaching and learning using research-based case studies and developed a framework for enhanced engagement of students with other learners. Dr. Chagdis is also the director of Miami University Center for Assistive Technology, where he has created a unique learning experience, encouraging students to learn, grow, and develop empathy towards diverse contexts. I would now like to invite Dr. Jim Chagdis to stand and be recognized. To emphasize our college's commitment to high-level scholarly research, we have our Research Excellence Award. It is my privilege to work with exceptional scholars. In 2021, CEC Research Award goes to Dr. Justin Yee. Dr. Yee is an innovative researcher with an exemplary track record of accomplishments, including over 1 million in research funding and 33 journal manuscripts with high impact venues, and numerous undergraduate and graduate student co-authors. Dr. Yee has established himself as an outstanding scholar in the field of tribology. I would now like to invite Dr. Justin Yee to stand and be recognized.
Congratulations again to Dr. Yee and Dr. Chagdis. We are proud to have faculty of your caliber working with our students. You'll find more about them in the biographical notes in your program. Members of the class of 2021, today all of our college's leadership join me in congratulating you, our students, on your success. But we do not want this ceremony to become a one-way street. We want to give you the voice. We want to hear from you. And we do it by selecting a student speaker from a pool of many strong candidates. All of the speaker candidates displayed the characteristics of many of our graduates: strong academic credentials, involvement in undergraduate research, participation in leadership and co-curricular activities, and a drive to lead and succeed. We had 4 deserving nominees, and the selection of just one speaker from that group was particularly difficult. Katie Trimble, representing the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department, Michaela Mitchell, representing the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department, and Dylan Shumway, representing the Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Department, please stand and be recognized as student speaker nominees. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Eric Bachman, Chair of the Computer Science and Software Engineering Department, to the podium to introduce our student keynote speaker.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Mickey Smolinski. Mickey is a gifted student with interests in both STEM and the arts. She has done significant service for the university as a member of several organizations, as well as serving the Miami and Oxford community. At Miami, she has been elected to the executive boards of several campus groups, twice as president. These organizations include Stage Left, the University Academic Scholars Program, and the Miami University Student Ambassadors. Outside of Miami University, she has volunteered with the Playmakers Laboratory to teach students crucial creative writing skills and get them excited about the arts. She plans to continue this work after graduating. She will be graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor in Science in Software Engineering and a minor in Theater Arts. Following graduation, Mickey will be taking a position as an early career program associate at Nielsen IQ in Chicago, Illinois. Please join me in welcoming Mickey Smolinski.
Thank you, Dr. Bachman, Dean Sukumaran, and the College of Engineering and Computing for having me here today. And to all of my classmates, congratulations to you and your families and friends on your graduation. You have overcome so much to make it here today, and I admire you all for your persistence over this difficult last year and a half. I am so thankful to see all of your faces here today. Although this may seem like a long time ago, I'm sure we all had an experience or a teacher in high school that has stuck with us these last 4 years. And for me, it is the teachings of my drama teacher, Mr. Morton, or JMO as we lovingly called him. Before every big performance, JMO would gather us together and remind us that nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. And after 4 years of theater, we must have said that phrase at least 100 times. Regardless, it has stuck with me ever since. My drama teacher was quoting Ralph Waldo Emerson, whose full quote reads, "Enthusiasm is one of the most powerful engines of success. When you do a thing, do it with all of your might. Put your whole soul into it, stamp it with your own personality. Be active, be energetic, be enthusiastic and faithful. and you will accomplish your object. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. After leaving high school, I strived to live by this message wherever I could, and it was quickly clear to me that all of you did as well. Instantly, I saw that this Miami engineer and computer scientist was not part of some typical mold. Along with all of your computational, technical, problem-solving skills, I am constantly in awe of all of your incredible passions and enthusiasms for going deeper. Among this class are humanitarians, entrepreneurs, and musicians, to just name a few of all of your incredible talents. Instantly, it was clear that I was among some truly remarkable human beings. All of you are striving for excellence down your own unique path, and I encourage you, as you navigate this tumultuous new world, to never lose that enthusiasm for all of your passions. Looking back, we all have our big reasons for making it Miami. But for me, I decided to come to Miami on this promise that I could, indeed, be both an engineer and involved with theater. This school was one of the few places that didn't give me a weird look when I asked for that. And persuaded me that my ambition and my pursuit of my passions would not only be encouraged, but thrive here. However, my first year, I struggled in pursuit of many of these goals. As many of us may have realized, college courses would not turn out to be as easy as high school ones. Freshman year, I found myself somewhat miserable. I had not made a single one of the performance groups I tried out for. I, like many of us, I'm sure, got my first D ever on an exam. And I realized that this perfect 4-year plan that I had made for myself was, believe it or not what I wanted to do. And in this defeat, I was ready to give up, ready to change my major, drop my minor, and maybe even leave Miami altogether. However, in my pursuit of something new, I met with Dr. Kirkmeyer. And without that meeting, I can guarantee you I would not be graduating in this college today. I distinctly remember him asking me this question: do you not love it, or are you afraid you won't be able to do it? What would you do if there was no fear of failure? My drive and ambition were one thing, but Dr. Kirk reminded me of something I now find far more important: my passions. He reminded me of these and the unique ways that I could bring them all together. His belief and enthusiasm in not only my abilities, but my passions as well, pushed me through, and I was finally able to find the path through this university that I loved. I found a newfound confidence in all that I was doing, and was able to forge ahead with a brand new path for myself. And by junior year, I was coding, directing, and choreographing at levels that I could not ever have imagined. With the immense support of my family and friends, I found my passion and was once again able to believe that nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Although we may struggle from time to time, we must love what we do. These last 4 years, you have pushed yourselves to success by finding your passions and going after them enthusiastically. And then, once we find that spark and your unique you-ness, we have to share it with others and find those people who support our paths. Although I now knew more of what I wanted to do, I thought that I had to hide what I truly wanted to do from a lot of people. I thought that I would not be a true engineer if I wanted to do theater and vice versa. I had pushed myself into believing that fear that we all probably know very well. The fear that those close to us will judge our dreams, and decided that my passions were not worth sharing. In junior year, I directed a show for about 3 months, and it was definitely one of the most memorable and enthusiastic parts of my college career. However, even though I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and putting in way too much work on all ends, I didn't tell a single one of my computer science and software engineering professors about it. all because of that fear. But I really came to regret not sharing my accomplishment sooner. Once the show had ended, Professor Krumke actually came across a program of the show and was upset that he had not known about it sooner. In our conversation that followed, he showed so much enthusiasm for my work and made it clear that this fear just wasn't true. It was time to combine my two passions and create something that embodied these two worlds. I had an idea to develop a play based off of interviews with women and their experiences working in STEM fields. Reaching out and asking these women for help was terrifying. But taking that leap to share our passions is the make or break. We can have all the pride and passion for our goals and dreams, but without others, they will likely never take off. We must first find our dream, and then we need our team, no matter how scary it may seem at first to ask. When it came to my play, Conversations with Women in STEM, fortunately, my idea was met with immense support, and I received so much encouragement not only from the alumni and professors I met with, but the students as well. Although we may leave today, we leave as part of Miami. We leave with not only the encouragement of the professors who changed our lives, but their continued support as well. We leave with our individual passions and the dreams we hope to one day pursue. We leave with the memories of being with our peers, of late nights in Benton, cramming for that exam, going to those club meetings just for the free pizza, and coming back for 4 years. Grabbing coffee between classes at Starbucks, going abroad to new places we can't stop talking about. Every enthusiastic, driven moment that has brought you to this very point, and those friends who have been with you along the way. Find those people who meet your enthusiasm with open arms and keep you going at the end of each long day. All of us have those people who have made these last 4 years so special for us. And for me, that was my friends and family. The friend who, on a whim, gave me my first choreographer experience. My capstone group, getting through our late night coding sessions with Zoom dance parties. My mentors, without whose feedback and support, I would have never found so much success. And of course, my family, who got me here to begin with, loved me, and cheered me on at every single step. Not to mention sent the best care packages. Surround yourself with the people who support your passions, and your enthusiasm need never hide. Whether it is fitness, music, gaming, or anything else in between, do that thing with all of your might. One of the greatest things you can all do is to continue to bring your enthusiastic joy to all that you do. As we head off today, there are many, many unknowns ahead of us. And odds are our passions will change. For many of us, it may be some time before we find those projects that encapture our soul and bring out the very best in us. But I hope you promise to never give up in that pursuit, and to continue to find that enthusiasm every day wherever you can. Give it your all. Take on the challenges, because you can and can do it with enthusiasm. Congratulations, you enthusiastic class of 2021.
Thank you, Mickey. We are very proud of your impressive accomplishments and wish you the very best in your future endeavors. You can learn more about Mickey's accomplishments from her biographical statement in your program. Please join me in congratulating her one more time. And now comes the part of the ceremony we have all been waiting for: individual recognition of the graduating students. To begin with, I'd like to recognize those students who have taken the extra step to earn more than one major. Carrying an academic load for an engineering or computing degree is difficult. Pairing it with a second or third bachelor's degree is an amazing accomplishment. Would those students graduating with 2 or more bachelor's degrees please rise if you're able and be recognized? Woo! Many of our students broaden their education by earning minors or certificates in leadership or project management. Would those students, if you're able, please rise and be recognized? A major focus for our college has been to graduate students that are technically proficient, socially conscious, globally aware, and culturally sensitive. Would those students who have participated in Engineers Without Borders, Code to Learn, the Grand Challenge Scholars Program, and the Miami University Center for Assistive Technology and Humanitarian Minor, please rise if you're able and be recognized for your investment in becoming socially engaged engineering and computing graduates. Finally, I would like to recognize all of those who are identified in the Commencement program as graduating with distinction. Would these students please stand if you're able and remain standing as I call out all the honors as a special acknowledgement of your achievement. Today we honor 32 students who are graduating cum laude. 18 students who are graduating magna cum laude. 26 students who are graduating summa cum laude. 20 students who are graduating with university honors. And 3 students who are graduating with university honors with distinction. Everyone, let's have another round of applause for these outstanding students. Because we want to honor the accomplishments of all of our graduates, we'll now read the names of both the master's and bachelor's candidates as they cross the platform and receive congratulations. I understand that you may wish to cheer and celebrate when your graduate's name is read. However, if you do, the family of the next graduate will not be able to hear their name. So please withhold your applause until each department has completed reading the names of all its graduates. It's now my honor to ask Dr. Michael Crowder, Dean of the Graduate School, to please come to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Graduate School, it is my honor to acknowledge the accomplishments of our students here today who have completed the program of graduate study. Will all the candidates for a master's degree please stand? It is my immense pleasure to present the College of Engineering and Computing candidates for the master's degree. The master's degree requires a minimum of 31 credit hours of coursework and scholarly activities beyond the baccalaureate degree. These rigorous programs prepare our graduates to enter the workforce as advanced professionals or for further academic study. With the approval of the graduate faculty, each of these candidates has completed all of the requirements for his, her, or their degree and I present them to you with pride. The marshals will now escort the candidates to the platform so that we may recognize their academic achievement and so that Dean Sukumaran, Dr. Kumar Singh, your department chairs, and I can congratulate them.
Sravishnivi Desika. Edrima Upadhyay. Adam Mark Thompson. Justin Bradley Carter. Jocelyn Juris. Eve Marie Haney. Taylor William Mason. Nicholas John DeGennaro. Kwaku Owosu Yabona. James Brian Stolley. Gabriel Micah Skidmore. Ahmed Shahanoez Siraj. Sifat Allah. Ibrahim Sanusi. Robert Peter Ritchie. Lan Duo. Thomas Joseph Ridge II. Alexander Jacob Freund. Sarah Marguerite Bass. Kun Chian. David L. Pearl. Jacob Michael Hubbard. Nicholas Leonard Haggerty. Noah Michael Dunn. Kaylin Nicole Borer. John Meyer.
I'll now call upon the department chairs who will be assisted by Dr. Scott Campbell and Dr. Andrew Jones handing diploma jackets, and Dr. Karen Davis and Dr. Eric Rapos reading each student's name. Dr. Keith Horn, please come to the podium to present the graduates in the Department of Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering.
It's my pleasure to acknowledge the graduates of the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department. These graduates have demonstrated excellence in the areas of problem solving, analytical methods, and teamwork skills, and have immense potential for leadership and lifelong learning. I congratulate each of you for your dedication and hard work. We welcome your future endeavors and support of the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department. It is my pleasure to introduce the candidates receiving a Bachelor of Science in 3 areas: biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, and engineering management with technical specialties in environmental and paper engineering. Will the candidates please rise and come forward?
Paul Mark Filanovich.
Kyle Hogan.
Elizabeth Joanna Caraballo Torrealba.
Hans Christian Weimarsker.
Evan B. Keith.
Samuel Kane Ector.
Madeline Claire Kalinowski.
Trevor Ryan Carnum.
Thomas John Borthwick.
Martin Sanderson.
Gabrielle Herbert.
William C. Steve V.
Alexandra May Adams.
Julia Marie Ullman.
Hayden Glenn Hogerhide.
Madison Mary Hoffman.
Colin Martin Sicosio.
Anna Grace Smith.
Maria Ann Minke.
Alexander Joseph Margot.
Kinsey Bernstein.
Mako A. Chapman.
Julie Elizabeth Nelson.
Akram Saleh Badaman.
Samantha
This way.
Carol Hansel.
Austin Jones Bayes.
Griffin Victor Margulis.
Mark Robert Loper Jr.
Aiden Scott Kuhn.
John Joseph Neal Jr.
William Robert Young.
Adam Tyler Stahl.
Sophia Elizabeth Dent.
Benjamin Paul Huber.
Piper Lane Pamela Stully.
Ryan Andrew Klenovic McDonald.
Catherine Josephine Tremble. Logan William Westgard.
I now ask Dr. Eric Bachman to come to the podium and present the graduates in the Department of Computer Science and Software Engineering.
Thank you, Dr. Hahn. CSE graduates, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Your hard work and perseverance has prepared you to enter professions that are having a significant impact on every facet of human endeavor. Make yours a positive impact and always remember the support you have received from family and friends who are here today, as well as those who could not be. Based on my experience, your lives and careers are likely to take you places you cannot currently imagine. You have a terrific start, and I know you will do well. I hope you will come back to Miami from time to time to tell us of your adventures. As you enter the world beyond academia, I'd like you to consider the words of Theodore Roosevelt, which I paraphrase as, "It is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the others stumble, or where the doers of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to those who strive valiantly, who may err and come up short again and again, but actually strive to do the deeds that spend themselves in a worthy cause, and who at worst, if they fail, at least fail while daring greatly." Before I call up our newest undergraduates from the department, I would like to recognize Mickey Smolinski, our student speaker, and present her with her diploma jacket. Mickey will graduate with Latin honors with a bachelor's degree in software engineering. Parents, grandparents, family members, and friends, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the graduates receiving degrees in Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. Will the candidates please rise and come forward?
Yuan Zhuang.
Junyu Yan.
Molly Catherine Carroll.
Mason Wayne Miller.
Chong Hao Li.
Craig David Berline.
Andrew Grimes.
Kuhn Zhang.
Benjamin Patrick Earhart.
Camden Salvatore Galucci.
Vikram Vadakekarpath,
Cody Ryan Platt,
Christopher William Santos,
Wade Timmer,
Tuba Masood,
Daniel O. Falcon,
Michaela Iris Ballard,
Jacob J. Walsh,
Sean Andrew Morton,
Peter Cook III,
Alexander Christian Burns,
Jared Thomas Higgins,
Colin Allen Zimmerman,
Andrew John Trapp,
Bing Fan Tian,
Nicholas Elliott Gingsley,
Xin Tsao,
Nathaniel Jarrett Oswald Tomtishin,
Tingchao Wang,
Nathan Roy Callahan,
Keegan Wida Moore,
Yi Zhang,
Nathan James Ballstein,
Haoduan Zhang,
Andrew Nieto,
Samuel Frank Curia,
Nicholas Anthony Ferrito,
Zachary Philip Schrouder,
Kevin Ross,
Tyler Joseph
John
Roscoe,
Carol Muccia,
Michael Galgozzi,
Daniel Michael Cherney,
Jacob D. Sandy,
Tyler Sterling Sowards,
Laura C. Jacob,
Megan Elizabeth Foreman,
Kyle James Gould,
Oscar Mateus Wilkos,
Noah Dale Black,
Adrian Tadius Cheka,
William Alexander Heim,
Rajan Cameron Suggs,
Sarah Elizabeth Hanson,
Thomas William Waite Jr.,
Jack Abraham Budo,
Benjamin Thomas Harenza,
Scott John Cogan,
Caitlin Marie Gray,
Riley Page Gabbard,
Colin Robert Murdoch,
William Scott Harris,
Cooper Wade Brown,
Nicholas Thomas Gerard,
Kennedy Charles Shelby,
Alexander Douglas Gray,
Patrick Kane Liam,
John Joseph Kuziak Jr.,
Catherine Michelle Luckel,
Ryan Thomas Dockman,
Zachary Elijah Zampa,
Nandini Agarwal,
Jacob Scott Friedman,
Lance Julio Gringbondi,
Ryan Richard Kelly,
Colin David Williams,
Brian Michael Hayes,
Matthew Paul Sorkin,
Gursaheba
David
Tharni.
Sorkin,
I'm sorry. Gursaheba Tharni,
Brendan Callopy,
Karan Gupta,
Janelle Ann Ghanem,
Bradley John Schmitz,
Kareem Amir Gumrawi,
Derya Nischal Desai,
Dat Luong,
Matthew James Sutherland,
Austin Stanley,
Olivia Rachel Shade,
Stuart Green,
Adam Joseph Hicks, Runja Mark Sao,
I now ask Dr. Ji Ho Zhao to present the graduates in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering.
Dean Sukumaran, honored guests, fellow faculty members, graduates, families, and friends. On behalf of the ECE department, I'm most pleased to offer the warmest congratulations to our newest graduates on their achievements. Graduates, Beginning as a freshman, you electrified the campus, energized to life. Throughout your years at Miami, you have kept current with your classes. You have flopped between the time domain and the frequency domain. You have differentiated when distinctiveness is called upon. You have integrated where unit is needed. You have solved problems, real and imaginary. You have registered your struggles and smiles in our memories. You will be missed without limit. As a Miami, your life is forever convolved with our collective history. We hope Miami has amplified your intellectual potential with great gain. We hope your career will grow non-linearly. We want to hear from you time invariantly. We challenge you to come back to saturate the decibels of tea time. Take charge, be in control. The world is yours to transform. Return. Now it's my great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering with the majors in Computer Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Engineering Management with a concentration in Electronics and Computing. Will the candidates please rise and come forward?
Jonathan D. Hagan.
Rebecca Lake Stout.
Adriana Virginia Patch.
Nicholas Thomas Hall.
Eric Michael Schonauer.
Michaela C. Mitchell.
Kendall Jane Pattison.
Thomas Wayne Wright.
Ashley Page Bay.
Lucy Grace Rixtalis.
Jillian Marie Holman.
Owen E. Hitchens.
Alejandro Cabrerizo.
Jacob Thomas Huff.
Heap Lee.
Christopher James Dudenhofer.
William Wyatt Zurcher.
Cade Eric Debley.
Ross Chandler Kennedy.
Tyler Jackson McGrew.
Evan Daniel Johnson.
Ross Caldwell Gahn.
I now ask Dr. Brian Kirkmeyer to present the graduates in the General Engineering.
Dean Sukumaran, honored guests, family, friends, and of course you, the graduates, I give you a most heartfelt congratulations to you on all of your achievements that we recognize this morning. I met many of you while you were still in high school, when this day was a quarter of your life or more away. I spoke of it to you at venues like Make It Miami, the starting line for the rest of your life. You're here now, ready to go forth and conquer. And to that, I say, woo! Go get them and always keep us abreast of your newest achievements. It's now my honor to present the 2021 candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering, General Engineering. These students are completing a program that combines the challenges of an engineering major with interdisciplinary focus areas including military studies, business, law, and the humanities. They truly embrace the ideal that liberal education is meant to be. I'm certain that all will find success following today's graduation, and I wish them the greatest of success in their futures. Will the candidates please rise and come forward?
Benjamin Joseph Eagle.
Keegan Gregory McGee.
Minxuan Kai.
Rachel Marie Jackson.
Ethan L. Pennywit.
Claudia Montano Lobe.
Christian McKenna Evans.
I now ask Dr. Amit Shukla to present the graduates in the Department of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering.
Good morning, graduates, parents, grandparents, and members of Miami University community. It is a pleasure to be with you on this special occasion to honor the 2021 graduates of the College of Engineering and Computing. On behalf of the MME faculty, staff, and fellow students, we are truly proud of what you have accomplished so far in a pandemic and of what you will accomplish in the future. Engineers change the world and make it better for all. Be the change you want to see, be an ally, and do the right thing, always. Now, parents, family members, friends, and Dean Sukumaran, it is my great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Management with the manufacturing concentration, the Bachelor of Science in Engineering in Manufacturing Engineering, and the Bachelor of Science in Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Candidates, please rise and come forward.
Min Duck Huang.
Javier Enrique Fernandez.
Ayusha Saraswat.
Andrew John Schlichter.
Summer Caitlin Leibkap.
Allison Elizabeth Holrich.
Alfonso Jones III.
Timothy Charles Jenks.
Jonathan Shanghao Louis.
Andy Swanson.
Dylan Zachary Shumway.
Edith Luvina Joseph.
Sean Brandeber.
William Thomas Hurston.
Landon Ace Bramer.
James Leon Robert Spalding.
Jackson Ryan LeBeau.
Gunnar Joseph Kedlick.
Christina Brooke Prepost.
Travis Patrick Long.
Emily Ann Hayden.
Victoria Rosenstrauch.
Michael Walter Evans.
Mark Lawrence Guelli.
Mitchell Joseph Higdon.
Se-Hyun Son.
Jared Paul Sullivan.
Leon Friedrich.
Connor Emmett Moore.
McLean Brown.
Kevin Pritchett.
Oliver Mackenzie Miller.
Spencer Douglas Tiemann.
Ashutosh Mangesh Pitkar.
Daniel James Kraft.
Allison Taylor Maginot.
John Adam Schaefer.
Claire Elizabeth Berry.
Casey James Kaywell.
Nadia Samir Elion.
Gregory Thomas Welch.
Stephen Keith Vogelmeyer.
Tuong P. Nguyen.
Matthew John Vito.
Hunter Joseph Friel.
Jacob Tyler Wolford.
John Charles Villette.
Ryan Duro.
Max Joseph Jones.
Christian Moreno.
Hitian Gao.
Jason Godowski.
Yichen Lee.
Tyler James Fry.
Sarah Michaela Cedar.
Jicheng Rong.
Clark J. Reinfrank.
Rundua Wong.
Antonio John Palumbo.
Jacob Rollins Way.
Zunhao Zhang.
Jacob Robert Kramer.
Jieshin Guo.
Emma Catherine Baumgartner.
Juanwei Li.
Liam Patrick Notley.
Shizo Lin.
Madeline Marie Kleinhens. Carmela Brianna Bate.
At this time, I'd like to recognize all those who have successfully completed their course of study and fulfilled all requirements of Miami University and the College of Engineering and Computing. Will all of our graduates please stand if you're able? By virtue of the authority vested in Miami University by the state of Ohio, and with the approval of the faculty, the president, and the board of trustees of Miami University, I hereby confer the bachelor's and master's degree upon all those who have successfully completed the requirements. And now, the moment you've waited for. Will all graduates please move your tassels from right to left? Turn and present yourselves with pride and enthusiasm to our audience. Everyone, I now officially present to you the College of Engineering and Computing class of 2021. Thank you. Please be seated. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Commencement has ended, and now you'll continue to take the gifts that you have sown and sharpened at Miami University and put them to use in the world. You're prepared, you're confident, you're courageous, you are, as Mickey pointed out, enthusiastic, and you will do great things. As the ceremony ends, I ask the audience to please remain seated until all the graduates have left the field. We then ask all of you to meet up with your graduates and work your way out of the stadium and parking areas. There are other very eager families ready to move into your parking space and celebrate their graduates in just a few hours. But before you depart, let us pay tribute to Miami and all Miamians. I ask that you please rise together as you're able and join in singing our alma mater. It's printed on the back of your program. Congratulations, class of 2021.